everyone, Abby here, and welcome to day 2 of my Trigeminal Neuralgia Awareness craft series I'm doing. So this video will be up on my YouTube channel on Monday, October 2nd, and if you haven't already seen day 1's, please go check that out. I will have the video linked below in the description box, as well as a card up here in the corner of the video once I get it edited. So this is going to be a like a gratitude journal I'm going to be making. This is a little bit separate from my Foxy Fix traveler's notebook that I use, which is everything for my TN and whatever, like appointments, medications, how I'm doing that day, that kind of a thing. I've always had a gratitude journal, and I just use random different, books and notebooks and things like that that I found all over the place, and some that I've made before. But I wanted to make, for this year, I wanted to make a specific one using some of the gorgeous papers that my friend Michele Scott made for me. I'll get into those in just another second. But I wanted to kind of have a standalone because I purchased myself another Foxy Fix Traveler's Notebook. Yay! It won't be here yet. I just ordered it last week, so I won't be here for another week or two. It is, the lovely purple that I love, and the stitching is actually in turquoise. And I wanted that instead of the light purple like I normally get, because I wanted to have a little bit of a visual reminder that this gratitude journal is related to me having trigeminal neuralgia and anesthesia dolorosa. Because when you live with chronic pain, any kind of chronic pain, not just what I have, it, along with the pain is depression. And for me, I have different ways that I try to, distract myself or try to lift me up out of the depression just a little bit. And one thing that I found is when I write down every single day all the things that I'm grateful for. It could be something as simple as a cup of tea, or my husband, bringing me a little thing of ice cream, or whatever. Or it could be up to something as important as, or big as, my family and my vehicle and all those, because the vehicle works and it's paid off. That's what I mean when I say that, say vehicle. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I like to do that. And so this time, instead of using one of my different notebooks and things like that, I wanted to create some inserts to go into that traveler's notebook, and of course I will show that to you with all the pages inside once it gets here. So I kind of gathered a few things that I wanted to use, and I have a basket full of different roller date stamps and stuff. Now I'm not going to be stamping in like dates specifically in the journal or gratitude journal, because there's some days where maybe I miss a day or something because I'm just really down or whatever, and I don't want to have like wrong dates. But I have these different roller stamps that have different sayings on them and stuff, so I thought I would kind of pull from some of them and add some little bit of positive quotes and sayings throughout the book. Some of the inks I'm going to be using are the Ranger Archival ink in jet black, and I'm just going to make black kind of my main color for stamping within there. And then I have the deep purple, because I'm a purple girl, so it also makes me happy to see things that are purple. Even though this is mainly going to be teal in color, I want to add some pops of purple because that makes me happy, because I love purple. So I have those there. And then this is one of my favorite stamps I've purchased from Prima. Now I have done a project on this specifically. It was for last year's week of craft projects for TN awareness. I will link that playlist below, as well as put a card up here for you as well. And I love this because I love it because it's the side of the the human head. I wish I could find one where the left side is showing, because that's where my pain is at right now. Or well, not right now, that's the side my pain is on, period. But for now I'm just using this one, which is just fine. So I love this stamp here. And then this stamp set here means so much to me, because this was given to me, I was making sure there's nothing personal on the back of this, by a very sweet friend of mine, and Kat is her name. She gave these to me a couple of years ago in some Happy Mail, and I love this because this doesn't specifically say at like, cancer, breast cancer, heart disease, colon cancer, all those different types of things, which absolutely have their place in this world for awareness, and I support those too, because my mom is a breast cancer survivor, and my dad died of leukemia. But this is the reason I loved and appreciate this so much is because it's just general. It doesn't say something specific, so I can use these in my crafting projects and they're applicable to me. So this stamp set means a lot to me. So Kat, thank you so very much. I love you. You're a huge important part of my life. And then these are just some different stamps I pulled out from my stamp collection, that different ones that I wanted to kind of add, just just for different little bits and things like that. So you'll see those once I get those going through. Do a flip through of the finished project. These are some more of the Michele. I'm trying to separate my papers from what she sent me. Let's see. These are hers. This is mine. Let me get mine separated from hers. So these are some of the gorgeous papers by Michele, Michele Scott. I will link her YouTube channel below, and she can make these kind of papers, different, book pages and your regular note paper and, copy paper, things like that. She does an awesome job of tea dyeing and then doing all these different, colors that she does with it. So she can make anything you want, any color, whatever. So please go check her out, and then you can just leave her a comment under one of her videos, or or actually, oh, I forgot. I didn't forget, but I just remember she made her Facebook page, sale page, public now. So I will link that below as well, and you can contact her there for anything you're looking for. But I wanted to give her a special shout out because she is my craft BFF. She means the world to me and my family, and she is the person that I, craft with. We almost Skype craft almost every day. And if we have days where I'm down in bed or days she's not feeling good, then we at least text during the day. So, and I just really appreciate her taking the time to send me these gorgeous papers in purple, but especially, and I was tearing up when I went through this with her. We did Skype when she sent me my happy mailbox. Sorry for the long intro, but this is very, very important for me. So you can skip ahead if you want to see the actual project. But she had included this folder full of all of these beautifully, dyed teal pages, and has like all the little holes and rips and tears that I just love. And these doilies are just gorgeous, and there's just none of them turn out the same. So whether she was selling these for not, I would still say this about these pages, because she's just a dear friend, and I completely appreciate her making something special for me to put into my gratitude journal that I was going to make as part of my TN series this year, because she knew that was happening. So I just appreciate that, Michele, so very much. Thank you very much. And then I just have some of my pages that I've just used some different, different glimmer mist and shimmer mist, and this one kind of has like a really cool kind of a bluish kind of teal hint to it, so I wanted to use that. And then here are just some more. And then I wanted to incorporate some of these vintage typewriter pages. Now I purchased these from Michele. She has a different Michele. She has a really cool shop on Etsy. It's called Red Cottage. She sells a lot of vintage books and papers and ephemera, and I love this stuff. And you can kind of see the watermark in there from the, I hope you can see the watermark in there. But I love the feel of it and the sound of it, and I like how it feels when I'm writing on it. So I want to include a few sheets of this because, again, these make me happy. So I'm going to go ahead and quit chatting at you for this super long intro, and I'm going to go ahead and get myself set up. So what I think I'm going to do is just go ahead and make this a process video. Otherwise, it's going to be like 5 hours long if you hear me talking my way through everything. And I'm going to be trimming down these papers that are larger to the dimensions of my traveler's notebook that is on its way to me. So you'll see me cutting down some papers, or you might notice I'm already pre-cut before I flip on the camera. So I will see you at the end of the video, where I'll kind of show you, do a little flip through of each of the things I made, or the pages, and I'll see you at the end. So I will see you in just a little bit. Pages cut down to the right size and folded in half. I wanted to tell you real quick what my next phase is going to be, because I'm not going to be able to film myself doing that because my sewing machine is directly behind me on the table, and I just don't have a way to photograph or video that at this current time. So what I've done is I went ahead and sorted all the pages by type, like, you know, all the purples, all the ones that she's dyed for me on the grid paper. And then underneath these little babies, let me get these out of the way here. I have them separate. I have the doilies, the 3 doilies that I folded in half. Put those over there, they keep falling down on me. And then I have like this regular paper. This is the lined school paper, and then the vintage typing paper, and then this is just kind of a combination of the different book and dictionary pages, as well as a couple sheets that I did too on my own. So I have all these strips left over that I showed you in one of the prior clips. I'm going to be using these as different bits inside this project, but I'm also going to keep them to use them in future projects as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, here are all the different receipts and things that she dyed for me as well. So just kind of playing around, I just started kind of layering these like I would any type of a journal or whatever I'm making. So I have some pages like that, and then I have one of the receipts folded in half. So I'm basically creating little signatures that I can put into my traveler's notebook once it gets here. But I got this idea as I was kind of flipping through that I could use these little strips still in this project as well. Let's see, let's put something, let's do one right here. Let's do the white tissue paper so you can see a little bit better, or typing paper I mean. So some of these I'll have to trim the end off, as you can see, but that's not a big deal. I can just easily snip those off because they're from the other side of the page when I cut them down. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to leave those in here because I like it when you flip through a notebook or a journal, whatever, and there's different size papers, and just I love that, the tip ends and all that kind of stuff. Very interactive, I think. So my idea was to, after I trim this down, insert this and then have this little thing I could flip over, not necessarily to journal a lot on, but I could use some of my different stamps or, you know, things like that. Or if I wanted to write down one of my favorite inspiring quotes, or, you know, things like that, I could do that on this little tiny strip. And it'd be just kind of a cool way to use the extra bits from the papers I cut down, as well as kind of another interactive you know, use on this journal insert. So I'm going to be, the plan is, we'll see how well it works out for Abby, is once I have all my pages together and everything's trimmed like I want it to be, I'm going to go take this over to my sewing machine. And normally I do a pamphlet stitch. I might do a combination of both, we'll see. But my idea is to kind of just do a simple stitch down the center and see how that works out when I do that, because this is, I've only had this machine for a couple days, so I want to make sure, I'm going to do a test one first and make sure it's going to work okay. If not, I'll probably just do pamphlet stitch or a combination of the two. So once I get a few of these, you know, inserts put together and either sewn or pamphlet stitch, I will come back and show those to you, because like I said, I can't show you me actually doing it, so I apologize for that. Also, I wanted to mention, aside from those 2 inks I mentioned I was going to do stamping with, this is from Colorbox. It's the Blue Lagoon, and this turns out to be a beautiful teal. And I can show you on a piece of paper here while I was messing around with it. Ignore the note on the paper because I actually changed my measurements. But you can kind of see that teal edge there a little bit. I like that. So I wanted to use this on my white pages here, and then kind of let the rest of the pages be the color that they are. However, I might want to take this and put a little bit of this ink on my lighter pages that I made, just to kind of give them a little pop of teal. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. So we'll kind of see. So I'll be back as soon as I get a few of these inserts put together. See you in a little bit. much as I want to do at this point, because I will be doing more stamping, doing more tip-ins, making some different tags and such once my actual insert gets here. So I kind of really just wanted to share with you the base construction of these inserts, and just a small little sample of some stamping. I have one tip in and a couple pockets, that kind of a thing. So I was going to kind of go ahead and go through these with you really quickly, because I feel like this video is way super too long. So this is really cute. I love this doily, how it's wrapped around this insert here. I think this is really, really fun. Got some stamping down there in the bottom. Let's see here. Little butterfly I put down there. Let's see. Just some more stamping right there. And as I'm flipping through these, if you notice that pages are wonky or whatever, I did not stitch these together perfectly, but I'm not perfect either, so it doesn't matter to me. I like that kind of a, you know, that kind of a look. So just to point that out, got a couple corner markers there on that one. Here I just added a little strip of the bird die or punch. I love that one. Here's some more stamping, and then Survivor. I tried to put Survivor at least twice, if not more, in every single insert that I've made so far, because it's, you know, that's what we all are who have trigeminal neuralgia, and then having anesthesia dolorosa on top of it. You know, it's like a double whammy. So just kind of having those positive affirmations around. Oh, and then I did put the little ribbon image on all of them as well. And there's some stuff on the backs. There's that one. On the front here, this is the one that's sewed wonky, but I don't care. It's just for me, so it won't matter. Okay, put another little strip of some of the punches, and I left it where you could, well, not you could, I could, but you can do this too with your own stuff, and tuck it in little notes and things like that on that one. And just another butterfly, just to kind of break up the teal a little bit. And because I love purple so much, this one you saw me stamp earlier, I love this one. I stamped the word Survivor on that. I might go back and color this in with like some teal or something, kind of like the branches where it's affected on me. Even though it's on the wrong side, it'll still kind of represent that, I think. So, alright, and so we got some more. Oh, I forgot to mention, I put this napkin in here because this is from my hoard vault. I am so obsessed with purple, it's not even funny. So whenever I find things that have purple, like these napkins and such, I use them in my crafting, and then I pull them out once in a while just to look at them, and then I put them away, and then I'll bring it back out and I'll use them in different projects and stuff. So kind of crazy. You'll see another style of that in an upcoming project I'm doing for the week. So there's some more stamping there. This is just a ghost image kind of, because I like to just keep stamping. It's more for texture, not so much a solid stamping. And on the back I have Survivor on that one. This one I wrapped this around the whole thing. It's you know, only goes around so far, which I knew it would. Again, this is where I can tuck some things if I want to do that. And then just some more stamping on there. More butterflies. Kind of want to get to the only tip in actually that I did. And that one stamp Survivor there too. The one little doily that I made a little corner pocket with, or tuck spot. Oh, here it is. So I have it here. Now, I'm still debating if I want to adhere this side down a little bit or this side. I'm not sure which. But basically what I can do, I mean, obviously this is not going to go in my book, but if I wanted to tuck something in here, like maybe some journaling cards or something like that, you know, I can kind of stick those up in here if I want to do that. And then just kind of have, you know, a little tuck spot. I wouldn't make them quite this big because I, just a little bit half that size. For me anyway, for this particular journal. So there's that one. Let's see, let me get to that little, it's nothing major. I mean, you know, I just want to show you what a tip-in looks like in case you've never heard or seen one. There are tons of videos out there on journaling and planners and such, and I have a whole playlist for mine too, where I've shared, oh, I put that on the front of that one. I like that. Never give up. That is something I tell myself every single day. You know, just to kind of push through and get going. There's Survivor one there. So I have quite a few tip-ins in my Foxy Fix number 7 that I use for house calendars in there for I write down appointments with my neurologist and my neurosurgeon. When I need to get medication refills, when I get them, how many I took that day on top of my regular you know, prescription cocktail I have to take every day. This one here, I love that. Victory is possible. victory is always possible for the person who refuses to stop fighting. Hill. That's so true, because it is, every day's a fight. And like I'm saying, these kinds of things are not just for trigeminal neuralgia and anesthesia dolorosa alone. I mean, this is for any kind of chronic pain or illness. So, just positive for me. Again, here it is because I like looking at it and it makes me smile, and I like the feel of it, the texture part of it. So I'm going to be doing, as one of my days this week, I'm going to kind of do like a flip through of that particular notebook, the one I was just telling you about, that has my appointments and such in it, and my daily writings and everything. There are obviously some parts I'm going to cover because it's very personal. My husband doesn't even look at it or read it. He's never asked to, but anyway, it must be in this one. It must be the last one. If I can't find it, that's okay. I'll show it later. But, oh, here it is. So just looking at those receipts from Michele, I cut it in half. And I can use this later for something else, a tag or whatever. And I just took some purple washi tape, and then I just tipped this in, and I put a little treasure this moment. So I like to do my tip-ins this way, this way, this way, this way, all ways. I even have tri-fold tip-ins I've done in the past. So that is pretty much my basic, insert construction with minimal embellishment at this point in time. I do love all the strings hanging down. That's kind of a look I like. I've liked it for quite some time, but I don't always use it in my projects and such, but I will this time because I love the way it looks dangling out from the bottom of my insert. If you don't like that, of course, you can trim yours off or do it however you would like to do that. So thank you for watching this day 2 video of my week-long craft series of Trigeminal Neuralgia Awareness. And don't forget, on Saturday, October 7th, a few things. One, the most important, is that it is National Trigeminal Neuralgia Awareness Day. So I'm asking all of my friends online and in real life to help me light up social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And what I mean by light up teal and support is maybe you're wearing something teal, whether it be a shirt or you have teal rings or teal nails, which I'm going to get mine done before Saturday by myself. I mean, I'm doing my own nails. And just stuff like that, just showing support. You don't have to necessarily say for Abby. That'd be awesome if you did, and tag me. I'd love that, because I do keep a scrapbook every year that I've had this, like my whole first year of diagnosis, then my brain surgery, then the year after that, and then I had my prior job. All my coworkers on TN Awareness Day wore teal, and I printed all those pictures off, and so that's what I mean by that. And so yeah, so help me light up social media with teal, and then for TN Awareness. And then Michele and I are going to be doing our 12-hour long craft session. It's going to be really fun. We haven't got an official name for it yet, but you'll know what it is once we, it's going to be on my channel, so you'll know what it is once I schedule it, the event, so you can kind of have a reminder of that. I'm really excited about that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go from 11 a.m. East, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then final thing for Saturday, October 7th is this is the official move over day for me and my new name for my YouTube channel. I do have a separate video which I'll link below and put a card up here as well, but just briefly let you know I'm going to be changing to Purple Cottage Crafts, which is a name I've had floating around in my brain for about 4 or 5 years, and I finally just decided to go ahead and make the changeover. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that, and I hope that you all enjoy the name and that you'll still continue to follow me on my crafty journey as Abby with Purple Cottage Crafts, because I'm trying to train myself all this week not to say Abby with Scrap and Abby. So anyway, I think that's it, everybody. So thank you again for watching this, and letting me share this part of my life with you, which is the personal side that I have to live with these two, facial and cranial diseases, but also share my love of purple and crafting and kind of roll it onto one. So I will see you all in my next video, and if you haven't watched day 1's video, I will, in every video from 1 to 7 this week, I will link that playlist in the description box below, as well as the other ones I mentioned, and that you can click on that and watch those if you want to see what I did yesterday, and then if you want to see what I did for 2016 series. So I will see you all in my next video. Happy scrapping, happy planning, and happy crafting, and I'll see you next time. Bye!